Hello everyone and welcome to my first ever makeup tutorial. Yay, so excited. So first thing I use is the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I use this under my eyes, my nose, my chin, just like where it's crazy where my pores are. And I'm going to take my E.L.F. Illuminating Primer and put this on all the high points of my face just so my foundation will really glow. Next I take my LA Girl Pro Concealer and this is the orange corrector. I put this on all the dark spots of my face, the circles under my eyes, all that. And I just blend it out, and then I don't blend it out completely because then it'll all just smudge away. But I blend it out and then I set it with an Airspun loose powder just so it doesn't move underneath the foundation. You're trying to ball on a budget like I am, sis, because I know nobody trying to spend all this money on makeup. This Airspun powder is like $5.32, like $5 and some change at Walmart. Like, get it, sis, it's worth it. Next I'm gonna go in with my brows. I'm just gonna go ahead and brush them up with the spoolie and use this angled brush from the Morphe Gilded Set. Wow, y'all, these brushes, I needed these brushes for so long, and I'm so happy that I finally got them because my life has been changed with these brushes. So the product that I'm using is an E.L.F. eyeliner in either coffee or dark brown, something like that. I'm gonna leave it below. But the reason, I know it's an eyeliner, but it works really good as a brow pomade because it doesn't go anywhere, and that's exactly what you need. You don't need your brows to be moving all over the place. And I know my brows are looking kind of jank because I need them done, but I was making some magic work, making them passable to walk out the house. That's what really matters, sis, you feel me? So next I just carve out the top of my brows with some foundation. This is just the Maybelline Fit Me foundation on the top. And then I'm going to carve out the bottom with some concealer. You're going to see me be really upset in the next few shots because I realized I couldn't find my concealer, and I really like that concealer, and I was just so upset looking around for it and couldn't find it. So I had to go with this E.L.F. HD concealer, which is only like a shade lighter than me, which is why I didn't really want to use it. I like to be a few more shades lighter for my brows, but it's gonna have to do for now. So I just carve out the bottom of my brows with that one. So next I just put the concealer all over my lids just to blank them out and prime them. I use this, I don't even know what, it's all from the Morphe Gilded Set. I'll have to look it up and put it in the description box later because I don't really feel like getting up to look at it right now. But then I just use this E.L.F. eye corrector and put this all over my lids just to blank it out a little bit more to make the colors pop. And you know, the holy grail, the Morphe 35O palette. I'm gonna take this orange shade, pop that all over my crease, and just really build up the color. Now the key to eyeshadow, sis, is blending and packing. Packing and blending. Like, just pack the color on there and blend it out. Just keep doing that until you get the color that you want, and I promise everything is fine. So then I'm going to take my favorite palette, the Modern Renaissance palette, and go in with Realgar and just pop that into my outer corner and blend it up. But I realized I had way too much product on the brush, and I should have set my base, but I wanted the products to stick this time, but I'm guessing that for Modern Renaissance palette colors, I'm definitely going to have to make sure I set next time. So I just blend it all out and make sure that it's not as harsh, because it was really harsh when I put it in there. So this whole thing is just me blending it out, you know. A lot more footage of me blending this out, but nobody really wants to see that. Just know that it was a lot of blending that needed to be done. So then I just go in with this orange and pack this all over the lid, and that's really it for the eye look. I just blend everything out, make sure everything looks really good together. So this is me realizing that my foundation was on some fuck shit because it wouldn't pump out, but I still had a lot in there, so I'm just glad that I wasn't running out. Like, I couldn't find that damn concealer. I just put that all over my face, and then I'm going to start blending it out with a buffer brush from Gilded Set, but then I put more foundation, which was the 332 from the matte Fit Me. Not matte, Maybelline Fit Me. And it was the regular one, not the matte one. And I just put that on mostly the high points of my face. I just blend these two together because both of them together make my perfect skin tone. You know, nobody wants to be all blotchy. But I'm just going to blend it out with my Real Technique sponge and just make sure all the product is pushed into the skin. Now, I don't want to hear nothing about how dirty my sponge is because we all been there, sis. I'm going to clean it. It was only one time. So then I'm just going to take this color from the 35O palette and pop it on my brow bone just to highlight it up a little bit. You feel me? Then I'm going to conceal with the same E.L.F. HD concealer. I'm just so upset that it's not as light as I usually want it to be, but I guess it's going to have to be a natural look today, but kind of natural because it's still low-key glam, but it's just not as full coverage as I would like it to be. I'm just going to blend it out with the Real Technique sponge again, just to, you know, push it right back into the skin. But I blend out the eyes one at a time, just so that I can set them immediately because I creased really bad under my eyes, and you can still kind of see that I'm creasing, but it's just really this concealer is not as pigmented and full coverage as I would like it to be, so I just had to make it do what it do, yo. So then I'm just going to set the rest of my face with this really cheap foundation, powder foundation from Kiss Cosmetics. I don't even know what color it is, nothing like that. It's so old and I probably should just throw it away. But, you know, I'm just going to set the rest of my face with that and even just wipe away the powder that was sitting, any residue powder sitting under my eyes. But then I'm just going to take this brown from the 35O palette to contour with. I don't really contour. I'm really bad at it still, and I've been practicing for forever. But at first I was going to blend it out with this brush, but then I decided just to place it there and then blend it out with an angled contour brush, which makes a lot more sense when you think about it. So I'm just going to, I know I don't blend out my chin as much as I should have. I didn't realize that at the time, but I do go back and blend it in later on, so I don't leave the house looking like that, because, you know, it's no good, shoddy. So then I'm going to take that same brush that I placed it with, I tapped off some excess powder, and then put more Airspun under it just to carve it out a little bit. Like I said, I really suck at contour, so it really doesn't even look like anything. It doesn't even look completely blended out right now, but I promise you, I do fix that. If anything, I do blend it into the skin, but when I do contouring, it's like, it's barely even there. That's how bad I suck. I mean, my nose contour though, same brown. I just used the angled brush from a BH Cosmetics dot collection brush set that I used, and I just carved my nose contour. If anything, if I can't do contour, I could do a nose contour. Like, my nose contour be snatched. I'm not even kidding with y'all. Like, I know how to snatch a nose, but that's it. And then I'm going to take this smudge brush from E.L.F. and just take that orange shade that I used to pack all over the lid and just put that on the lower lash line. Just blend that all out. And then I'm going to take the lighter orange shade right under it and use a different blender brush to do the same thing, just to diffuse it a little bit and make it, you know, a little softer, a little prettier, because, you know, my eyeshadow on this eye that I'm working on right now is looking a little wonky, but I definitely do fix it. I put my lashes on off camera, and now I'm just going to spray my brush and pop on some, I'm so shocked. That's how fucking pigmented it was. Like, bro, that shit is glistening. But I'm just going to highlight the inner corners, and I used, I can't think of it right now, but it's in the Modern Renaissance palette, and it's that golden one that's right under the silverish one. That's only 2 shimmers, so yeah, the gold one of the shimmers. And then I go ahead and set my whole face with the Dewy Finish Spray from NYX. I go ahead, yeah, I do this because we wanted my face to dry, and I do not have the time. So then I go in with this NYX Illuminating Highlighter and put it all over the high points of my face, and then I blend it out. It doesn't really give me the glow that, you know, you would like to go for. This is like extremely subtle glow. Like, after you blend it out, you can barely see it. Like, you would need to put a lot to really see it, but I'm not going to do that. It's just a base for me, and I'm going to go in with this Morphe highlighting brush, and I'm going to go all 3 of these colors, because they're just, all 3 of them together make them perfect. Like, look at that highlight, glowing, and you realize that I'm doing this all with like 2 palettes, like my whole face with 2 palettes. because balling on a budget, yo. I get everything for a budget, and if I do splurge, I'ma take the best of everything to go ahead and use everything in that palette. Like, look at that highlight, sis. Look. You better glow. You better glow, girl. So I'm just gonna, set everything into my face a little bit more. I'm gonna go in with this Wet n Wild blush. I don't even know the name of it right now. Like I said, everything will be in the description box. I don't really like blush either. That's why I'm barely even letting it pop up on my face. But I just wanted to add a little bit more color since I do suck at contouring. I don't even know where my bronzer is now that I think about it. What was I doing? But I'm going in with these two NYX lip products. That's hard to say. But one's the Lingerie in brown, and the other one is the NYX Soft Matte Abu Dhabi. This is my go-to, my favorite. It has been my favorite since junior year of high school. I'm now a sophomore, about to be a junior in college. I'm about to start college, junior year, a couple weeks. But yeah, I just go ahead and combine those two because clutch, okay? Clutch. Then I just go in with my Maybelline mascara just to do my bottom lashes and my top lashes, and that's the finished look. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. Love you.